Welcome to 36 Full Press and Craps Nation, YouTube's premier craps channel. What's up, YouTube? Press here. Hey, good evening and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another edition of 36 Full Press. Today's episode, we're doing throwing technique, and this will be for Monday's video. And this section, we're going to be talking about release. So go back if you want. I have even made playlist for the different styles of videos under throwing techniques. You'll see the grip. I'm going to go ahead and try to put them all in there, so that way if you're looking for, throwing, if you're looking for betting strategy, if you're looking for just around the layout, if you're looking for the live videos on Wednesday nights, I'm going to have them all kind of broken down so you can find them. We're over here at Sam's house working on the release today. So I will be moving the camera around a little bit as we try to capture some different angles. Also, at the beginning of this video, you'll see I put a slow motion, some slow motion clips. I even tried to tag like release points and like follow through points because they're very important. So Sam throws from stick right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just focus in a little bit here on just his release. Right, so from stick right, it's a little different because it depends on your landing zone, but we're not really into landing zone as of yet. So Sam's gonna go ahead and grab the dice. So that this is all part of the setup. That's the first video, and then the throw, and then now we're at the release. So Sam's gonna kind of go slow, but I want him to kind of show you where he starts at, and then where he's actually releasing the dice. So go to where you release them at. Don't let go of the dice, but just bring your hand up to where you release, right there. So like right in, actually it's down just a fuzz, because like as he's coming up, he's slowly releasing his thumb. Right about there.
I can't do it or I'll
yeah.
drop the dice.
So right about there, he's slowly releasing the dice, and then as his hand comes up, he's creating what we call a little C. And by doing such, he's not opening his hand and letting the dice spray. So go ahead and kind of bring them up to where you start releasing them, and then bring your hand all the way up to where you're finishing your follow through. Keep the dice in your hand, but so right there he's releasing, and then right there he's stopping. So it's just that little short, that right there is all the difference. Show them the wave. When I say don't wave, that is the don't wave. Right? So when you bring your hand up like that, you're creating kind of like chaos for the dice. You're not letting the dice know where you want them to go. So go ahead and give a couple tosses. We're not really worried about the landing here. We're just going to take a look at the release. All right? So let me go ahead and bring the camera up a little bit. And I did think I saw a wave there. So we'll go ahead and back this up.
You think you did?
Yeah, I think I saw a wave.
You might have.
I think I saw a wave. And it's inches and angles, and that's what a lot of things in life are about. But this game is definitely about the precision for certain things. Right there. See how his hand is nice and stopped? It looks like a little C, right? Boxcars, baby. Yeah, I mean, we've messed around. I mean, Sam can say from his point of view or perspective, but, the other day we were over here, and he's like, man, I'm throwing a bunch of sevens. And I started looking at his throw, and I'm like, man, you're really starting to wave your hand up. He's snapping his hand through. Create that little C, a little bit of direction. Got ourselves a 9. So let's go ahead and just have him throw it a couple more times, and I'll move the camera. And then that way we can discuss, like, what we're looking at. So we've already talked about approach, how you're setting up. Like you see how he's not even moving. He's got his right hip to the rail, his hand on there. He's all locked in. He's got everything set up. There you go, brother. There's an 8. Didn't even see the other dice, and I knew that's where that was at. Yeah, his setup is perfectly the same. He's got his hand locked in, right hip to the rail, arm back, looking at the landing zone, snaps his hand. As long as he doesn't pop that wrist through, creates that little C, we're all right. So let's go ahead and move the camera a little bit and see if we can catch a different angle. Let's go to the other side here. We'll see if we can look at it from this spot. Let's see if I can back this camera off of us. Go ahead whenever you're ready, boy. On the side. Probably gonna have to edit some of this so it doesn't look so damn shaky.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a pretty good side angle. We're just kind of getting the release right there. So yeah, that is about as open as he wants his hand to be.
It was a little high.
It's a little high and it's a little open. So what we really want to do is, without the dice there, Sam, go ahead and bring your hand up to the finish point.
Without the dice?
Without the dice, yeah. So just pretend, come on up, and then right there is really where you want to be at. You want to just kind of like right in front of you, nice and easy. Just like that. Create that little C with your hand is what you're looking to do. So this is something you can practice at home. Even if you don't have a rig, you can just throw it. That's a nice 9er. You can just throw them dice right into a bucket. All right? So let me slide this over here, and that way we'll get a perspective of both the release and the landing zone. So we're going to slowly start working the landing zone into this, because this is going to be the last section for this one. Right there. 5?
5.
Yep. So he's just basically the whole time he's been throwing. I think he did get a 12, but for the most part it's been 6, 8s, 5s, and then a couple 9s. Not that it matters, just all inside numbers. We're just dropping them right down the middle. There's a 9 again. But the landing zone has to be consistent. But this is the idea, right? Is if you get your release, if you get your setup, your throw, your release, the landing zone will be last, because if you get those 3 things right, he's going to land these dice just inside of that puck every time. He's just going to keep dropping them right in there. Bam. 4. You just want to have a small target. Aim small, miss small. That's the idea. Is just getting that landing zone tightened up, because that's going to be the last thing we're going to focus on. If we get this release right, where he's releasing exactly the same way.
6.
Yep. And there for a second, he was he even had a hitch, or what I call a hitch in his throw, where he was almost kind of like doing his throw as like a 2-part, and he was really struggling with it. That's a 10. Yep. So of course, once you get your, we already have his set dialed in and his throw dialed in. But once you get your throw and your release and your approach and all these pieces all put together, look at that, how pretty that was. 12.
Yeah.
Yep. Once you get all those pieces put together, you can develop your set that's going to go perfectly with that throw.
I just need a 11 for the tall.
Yep. And a 3 for the all.
3 and a 2.
Oh, I thought you got a 2. That's a 9, right?
9.
All right. You want to explain what your process is here, Sam? I'm going to walk around and move the camera so I can work on my throw a little bit for the second half of the.
No. With what we're discussing today, I don't think
The release, because your
set doesn't matter.
No, the set doesn't matter. But you want to talk about like the struggle that you had with your thumb?
Oh, when I first started playing craps, I couldn't. When he would say drop your thumb, I couldn't drop my thumb. A 9. I didn't know what it meant. I couldn't do it. Like, it just didn't.
This didn't feel right.
My brain couldn't make my thumb do it. It just takes time and practice. Time and practice.
Now we're gonna come right back behind. Get the full scope.
There's a 7.
Well, it only took you 9 minutes to get there. Consistently just rolling one after another. So, yeah. It came.
That would have been a money maker.
What was it, a 5-2 or what did you throw?
3-4.
Oh, 3-4, right. I didn't see. Yep, let's see, pull straight back. Just drops him.
9 again.
9er. Alright, so from this perspective, I'm going to switch up and we'll have Sam move the camera. We'll go from here to the corner, to right in front, to the far corner, and that'll be from my stick left throw. And we'll try to capture the throw and the release. And the setup is obviously different from stick left than it is from stick right. So let me see if I can zoom this. It's a little bit tighter than I want it to be, but for the most part, we're only going to edit that one part where I moved the camera out. But so I'm going to try to stick them right in here. You see this on the camera or no?
No.
Don't worry about it. It's not. It's more about the release, anyways. But I just wasn't sure. So from Sam's perspective, right? He's coming up and over. He's doing a little C approach, right? So from stick left, right-handed on an open swing, the difference that let me see if I can get here. The difference you're looking for is if you had your hand open, it's this. This is the big thing that a lot of people do not talk about when it comes to shooting dice, right? So if your hand comes up, if you have your hand tilted like this, the dice will actually kick to the left. How I like to throw mine is I like to trap mine to the right. So I actually come up and I go pinky up to flatten up my hand out. So when the dice hit, they'll clip against the wall. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I won't even worry about setting. It doesn't even matter. So the idea is coming here, right? So those dice are perfectly flat. So I can either go pinky up to try to get them to land and clip to the right, hand flat with them going more of an angle like this to get them to shoot to the left. That depends on, what I'm looking to do with the set. But for the release, I got to keep my fingers curled nice and flat. I don't know. I'm not worried about what it is because I'm not even setting them. I'm just throwing them. So as we move the camera around, you'll see the fingers. So I'm making a sharp C actually. Mine looks more like that.
Could you go? I'm updating Colin's book. Could you say something, not sneak up on me?
Sheesh. In the Crab's Den, updating Colin's book. It's a family affair around here, folks. That's what it is.
I scared the crap out of
Fucking quiet.
Crabs. All right, go ahead and move it to that point where your phone's at, and we'll see if we can get that angle. Just try to see if you can catch my hand. And like I said at the beginning, I got some slow motion, but there's not a whole lot of videos out. I'm sure there will be because I noticed after I put my last series on throwing, but it doesn't matter. Different people's perspectives is best. We just got to find what works best for you. So I know Sam we went everywhere. We went left side, right side, left-handed. We even went left-handed, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. We tried a lot of things.
Tried a lot of things till come up to with what felt most comfortable. Yeah, someone said your table looked like it was marble.
Yeah, no, it's not marble.
Feels like it's marble. Yeah, next episode we'll be in the final section of the throwing, and then we'll break it down even more. But the next one will be landing zone, and then after that I'll show you how to start putting everything together, adjusting dice, reading dice, making the connections. Go to the far left. Bam. 6. Easy 6. All right, you want to move it right there on that corner. It's more for like your stick right throw. Uh-oh. Got the light caught. There we go. Yeah,
Right here?
Yeah, right there. You should be able to basically see my hand, right? That's what I'm looking to. Right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about just that right there, 9er. It's just a release. And I haven't even set the dice. I haven't thrown a 7. I'm just basically grabbing them, whatever. Sticking them right on top. Oh, 12, right?
9.
Oh, no, I couldn't see the other one. Yeah, this is just the last of the mechanical part, because you have the setup, you have the throw, you have the grip, you have the release, and then landing zone will be the last one. We'll get on that one the following week, and then we'll start putting all the pieces together. Bam. 10. All right, then go over there back behind me, and then we'll go there, and then we'll go right here, shooting the length of the table, and then that way people can get a perspective. Just trying to educate, teach, and show as much of my throw as possible, because I know when I was looking to learn how to do some different stuff with throwing instead of just what I knew how to do, which was what I kind of came up with on my own, there was nobody on YouTube that was actually showing anybody actually how to throw. Now, there were people throwing, but nobody was showing anybody how to do it.
They were for a nominal fee.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, but I mean,
You know
even those throws that people are paying for, I wouldn't pay for that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's still guys trying to make money off of.
Yeah, there it is.
There's your first 7.
Yep. Well, not too bad for just chucking
Not
dice.
setting anything. Yeah.
Just chucking them. It's all about the release right now. That's the only thing I'm worried about. And a lot of times I'll sit here and just, all I'm doing is this. I'm just dropping that thumb. That's all I care about. That's 6, easy 6, man, all day long. Get one right here and just get the hand coming up and releasing down the pipe, and we'll wrap it up for this episode. Should be able to see. So up and over. Here, dropping the thumb. That's all I'm doing. It doesn't even matter what the set is. Clip. Bam. Yo. Yo, baby. Yep, you just got to put it all together. Right, Samuel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got his table. And
It takes time.
he's knocking out his 100. As you can see that piece of paper over there, he's got hundreds of throws. He's dialing in. Once he gets to about 10,000 throws, he'll have it figured out. 4. But that's it, YouTube. Go ahead and let me know what you think. If you have any questions, like personal questions, or even if you want to, and I've had people do this, reach out to me. Reach out to me through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm talking Crafts Nation, 36 Full Press. However you want to do it on this video, reach out to me. If you want to send me a small clip, I've had people send me like a small clip of just like them grabbing the dice or throwing the dice. I even sent them, people from South Africa sent me stuff. And I'll do whatever I can to help you make that adjustment. And let me see your throw, and I will tell you what I think. Once again, this is my opinion, and my opinion only. So if you don't believe or agree with what I'm doing, then don't ask me. It's not really that big of a deal. You won't hurt my feelings. But I know for a fact the people that I've helped, we're pretty thankful for it. So I appreciate it. Until later, you guys know what to do. Press out.